Now, we're going to go through this in stages here. I'm not going to build this kit all in a whim. I need to prepare some parts first because I'm not going to assemble the kit and then paint it. I am going to paint it, the parts first before assembly. But there are certain parts out there that does not require me to wait until it's assembled to paint it. First up, I'm kind of perusing through the pages here, finding out which one will be built and then it can be painted over as a solid part, and then individual parts should be painted. One piece, for an example, right here is actually the shoulder shields right here. There's two parts to this, to the shield, to the shoulder shield. There's an internal part, which of course is to be used to connect to the shoulder. But other than that, it's all one piece, separate from another part, which is actually the interior trim, which that will be yellow, that with spikes. So something like this here, if I can zoom in, this part can be cut, glued, and then primed and painted. Actually, that's the wrong part. It's actually this part right here. So it's this part with the 3 spikes. This part, of course, can be glued up or snapped on, of course, and then painted separate. So I need to go through each and every part of this manual to figure out which one is going to be prepared first and which one's going to be set, and pretty much a majority of it will be separate, so that I can prepare to prime these parts first. This is actually not going to be used. Considering I'm going to be painting the whole thing, I don't need to use stickers. But I will have this nearby as reference points if I need to. So I'll put that on the side for now. Don't throw away stickers. Always keep them around. You never know when you'll need them. Now obviously, while I'm waiting for you guys to finish voting, this has to be put away over here, okay? Like I was saying before, everything is going to be prepared in separate parts. I'm going to obviously remove each part from the tread. It's not going to be one at a time, so I'm going to do the whole shit right now. And then, as a matter of fact, let me show you. Use these alligator clippers, right here, to support them. Now, this is a unique tool that I've always liked to use, and for me to hold this up, I'm using bamboo sticks. Hopefully you guys remember this. I think I used this before, but I have quite a number of these guys. So they will be held up on a foam, on a one of those foams that's foam blocks, you could say, the ones that's inside the packaging of certain items that you buy, like electronics. And then it'll hold the part in place and keep it separate while I prime it and then prepare to paint it. So very unique tool, and I'm going to need to get more of these. Speaking of which, tools, I don't think I have yellow in stock. I think I have, what the hell do I have? It's nice. I have a yellow, but from Gonzo, and I wasn't too fond of how it looks. This is not a very good yellow. I like the one from Tamiya, so I'll pick that up and I'll have it prepped and ready to go. As you can see here, I'm going through the preparing phase. Snipping all these parts. And I'm going to separate them in these trays. Then it's going to take a lengthy time for me to actually go through each part, sand them down, remove any excess plastic parts. I haven't built a no grade 1/100 scale kit for quite some time. I think the only one that I built was the Justice Gundam from the first season of Gundam Seed. But I do see that the quality on this kit is a little bit better because it's the second season of it, and they don't like to continue on doing the same thing over and over for the most part. This will take some time, obviously. And there you have it. All the parts have been separated based on color. Except some of them, I'm not going to put them in its own individual trays because some of them are just so few and far between. Like, for example, these lavender trim and small amounts of white and lightish bluish gray, which constitutes the weapon, the main weapon, and these. So now that I got these done, I'm going to focus on each individual part and sand them down. For those of you who don't know what this is, obviously this is sanding paper. But its pattern is a little different than what you guys normally see, because this sanding paper happens to be Tamiya's finishing abrasive P400. It's rated at P400 grade. I have a finer one, but this one's okay for 400. I could go for a good 800 by now. I have actually one of these guys set up somewhere as a useful tool. I'll show it to you guys when it's ready. I'll explain later on. Okay. So like that part here will need to be clipped. Try to get it along the groove here so it won't damage the whole thing. There we go. And then applying very light pressure. There she goes. Clearly when I prime it and paint it, these scar marks would be non-existent.